Oh, you are freaking joking. How adorable. And hopefully Ruby will like it and take to it nicely so that we can see her doing yoga throughout her whole lifetime. Wow, Quinn, I know you're telling me you hate your life when I've been working so hard on trying to make it a good one for you. Not only that, she wants to also drink ayahuasca, okay? So her midlife crisis is to do modded drugs. And I was not at all kidding that this house is absolutely and completely empty. Oh my gosh, look at my preteen Ruby. She's so cute. Hi friends on the internet, and welcome back to the Not So Berry 2.0 Legacy Challenge for episode 16. I am so freaking excited to be getting right back into the swing of things with the Berry household. And I'm thinking we're gonna have a pretty big episode in store for us today because there's actually a lot I want to get done this episode. So I'm gonna get the entire family up and ready to go as early as possible this morning, because actually one of the first things on my to-do list for this episode is to have the entire family enjoy Ruby's last weekend as a child. Believe it or not, she's growing up so fast. And these two are jumping the gun at the plans. We're gonna be doing that by taking the entire family on a cute little summer camping trip for the weekend. Both Percy and Koena have been grinding so much and focusing on their careers lately, which is so great for me in the challenge requirements, but I didn't want to let this important phase in Ruby's life pass without being able to do a little bit of something special to spend some cute family time all together. It's already 7:20 Saturday morning. I think for the most part I have done most of the prepping and the things that they need. I'm just gonna take a few little extra things for Moss. And even though the entire family is going on this camping trip, in my mind, I imagine it more of like a sleepaway weekend at Ruby's band camp, and her parents, of course, signed up to be chaperones and are gonna enjoy a nice, fun weekend out in the woods. It's been quite a minute since Koena's been able to really enjoy the outdoors and catch up on some fishing, and of course, Moss here is getting up in age, and I'm really wanting to make sure that he's included in some core memories for both Koena and her children. Okay, pop up for Percy, Mastery Perk. All of Percy's efforts are coalescing into a Mastery Perk, Skillful Sleep. If Percy continues, he will be able to build skills while sleeping through his Skillful Sleep projection, should Percy unlock the Skillful Sleep perk. Okay, I've never seen this before. I'm not sure which of the life stage upgrade expansions that came out recently this belongs to, but that's pretty cool. He can go ahead and do that. Cool music as well. But for now, I think everybody's ready and we should go ahead and get this getaway rolling. The lot that I placed down for this, what feels like a while ago, I believe is in Granite Falls. Yep, this lakeside retreat camp. I'm gonna go ahead and make it for 3 nights. We might not stay that whole time, but I don't want to be like cut out in the middle of me doing stuff. And then I'm gonna modify who's all going. I don't want to be the camp director, as funny as that is. Literally, let me assign anyone else. I can't assign anybody else to this. Hold on. Let me assign the 2. I want the 2 to be my household. Perfect. Percy and Koena. Those are the camp counselors. Actually, I want more than that. I also wanted to add Brooklyn as a chaperone as well, because her son Herbert is going to be coming along as well. Hopefully that camp director gets auto-assigned, and then we're also going to need some campers. It says 8. I feel like that's fine. I'm gonna assign at least my kids, Herbert and Ruby, and then honestly randomly generate the other kids. That's totally fine with me.
One eternity later.
Okay, I think I'm finally done setting it up. I'm choosing it to start right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and press check. It's starting now. Are we ready to start? Yes. Hopefully I did it right and it works out, because I'm super hyped for this episode. So it would be super okay with me if we kicked it off by everything going smoothly on the little excursion here. Okay, hold on here. Matching shirts And where did Ruby even get this hat, dude? I did go through the effort of giving her a CC version of what I thought would be a good camp outfit, but you know what? This is actually pretty cute in its own way, and I like that she's matching her BFF Herbert along with everybody else, of course. So I had a few objectives in mind which kind of inspired this entire summer camping trip that is so far going off beautifully. But as I mentioned, Ruby is on the brink of becoming a teenager, and that means we inch ever closer to Generation 2 and continuing on playing with Ruby and her life. And there are both some skills and storytelling lore that I wanted to lay down foundationally while she still has this little bit of time left in childhood, so that I can build upon that as a teenager and will eventually go on to shape her life. Speaking of, she just reached level 10 of the motor skill. She just mastered that while playing horseshoes here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I imagine Ruby to be very successful in her career and her outside life, just like her mom is. And stuff like maxing out your childhood skills is a perfect example of her doing so. Not only that, but as you know, one of the last major requirements Koena has to do for Generation 1 in order for us to be completely done with her is to finish the fishing collection. And unfortunately, she has spent quite a few sim years dedicated to the work grind while also starting a family and building a home for them. So she's definitely had her hands full, but nevertheless, we definitely will be having her do most of her focusing on this trip to be fishing, which, speaking of, I don't feel like it's going super successfully. Oh, okay, she just caught her first thing of the day while I said that, a yellow perch, but I think I will still have you harvest a bunch of nearby plants so that I can use it for bait so that we can really get the good fishes going on, you know? Ruby is just chatting up a storm and making so many friends with all the kids here. That's literally so perfect. I wonder if she's like, oh my god, yeah, look at all these friendships she's making with the kids here. That's so beautiful. Baby Reed gets to enjoy a nap in the nice and cool house while everyone else gets to have a great time being outdoors and doing what they love best. And we're now fishing with this bait we just harvested in the area. And Percy has decided to join her fishing as well. It's so cute that they're wearing matching shirts. Oh my gosh, this is such corny family stuff. Look at Ruby running by in the distance. It would have been like just icing on the cake if she came over to join them in that moment. I love these beautiful, wholesome vibes. Oh, she did come over. Hold on. Oh, you are freaking joking. How adorable. Oh, shut up. This is so cute. And just to rub it in some, Ruby is catching a bunch of new fish. But hey, I'm not mad at it because it's actually increasing her mental skill, which is the skill that she is lacking the most on. And this is exactly what I wanted you to do here, Bean. I wanted you to build skills to set you up real nice in life, you know? And oh my goodness, is Brooklyn pregnant again? Did I know that? Yeah. I definitely feel like I knew that because I was excited about it in a previous episode and at the potential for Autumn to have been pregnant, but I don't know if she is or not. Okay, unfortunately, we're not getting any new varieties of fish in this area, which I'm not gonna lie to y'all is absolutely terrifying to me. I only need 9 fish to complete the collection, yet somehow I have not been able to catch a new species of fish in forever. Ruby is doing her big one over here. I am so proud of her. She is starting to get hungry though, and it's not too far away from dinner time, so I'm probably gonna have Percy, who is just in here sorting out Baby Reed's needs, start getting him to work on some dinner for the whole camp. Hamburgers done just like that, nice and easy. Oh, nice. And everyone's gathering around to eat a serving. You know, I'm not gonna let any fishing setbacks spoil my mood about this trip because honestly, that's a secondary goal. The main thing I wanted to get out of this trip was some childhood enrichment for Ruby here, which I think she definitely is accomplishing. She's getting so many sentiments with all these friendos here. Herbert, of course, being #1 childhood best friend, but also friends with Jada and Spencer here. Not them all being in sync over this hopscotch game that is crazy synced up like that. Now at the end of the first night, everybody's winding down around a cozy campfire. The vibes are definitely very nice. It's actually really cute and adorable. I love it. With that being said, it is getting late. All the campers are making their way to their beds like the good little boys and girls they are for the night. And my Sims are not too far behind themselves. Tomorrow is a full brand new day that we are gonna need all the hours possible to get our skills up. I think it's such a funny feature that the getaways come with like predetermined outfits for all of the Sims involved in it. I thought it'd give them maybe one special outfit, but no, it predetermines exactly what everyone will wear, whether you like it or not. Oh no, Koena's getting a call at 3 in the morning. I don't like the sound of this call. It says, I'm calling to let you know that Victor Fang has passed away. I thought you might want to know. Did we even know Victor Fang? Would this be something we care about? No, we barely even knew him. And that's why we have a fine mood light. It says Koena doesn't know what to do in a situation like this from losing an acquaintance. Don't believe there's much to do, love. He was an elder. It happens to everyone eventually, I believe. Looks like Percy is first up for the day. Are we surprised at all by this? Followed closely behind by Ruby, who has just lost her first tooth. She can wait a while for a new tooth to appear or can elect to fix her missing tooth. I think I can see the missing gap right there in the front, girly pop. Oh my goodness. Ruby does appear to be feeling a little dazed this morning due to some low blood sugar. It recommends drinking some orange juice, so I'm gonna go ahead and send her downstairs to do that. Alright, so as far as laying the foundation for skills and storytelling elements that will be pertinent, Ruby eventually will have to master the wellness skill in her Rose generation, so I definitely feel like her super fit mom over there will have definitely introduced her to the activity on a trip like this one. So I have these two girlies out here practicing yoga in the beautiful morning sun, and hopefully Ruby will like it and take to it nicely so that we can see her doing yoga throughout her whole lifetime. Meanwhile, Percy over here is on his own journey and jogging by himself. I was kind of trying to get him set up to take Reed and Moss with him, but I guess he decided he needed some alone time and went by himself. I don't blame him at all, no judgments there. Oh my gosh, okay, hold on, so much is happening. Percy wants to be active. Yes, I thought you were already active. But oh, we're getting a phone call saying Paul Bremer has died and their portion of the household funds has been given to their children. Oh my gosh, and both Percy and Koena can take bereavement leave and attend his funeral. Oh my god, Percy's birthing to death. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Percy! Stop it. Percy, it is too hot. Get out of those clothes right now. Jeez, you can't even be working out right now. What's going on over here, ladies? Are we okay? We don't seem to be burning up in the freaking sun. Why was Percy over there being dramatic and dying like that? Doing yoga has gotten Ruby's mental skill up to level 7, which is absolutely great. That should be enough yoga for now, Ruby. I still want you to have fun with your friends outside. Koena is now, unfortunately, super sad. It says she's mourning from losing a best friend. I do think I remember that her and Paul became best friends in one of the earlier episodes. Paul also definitely was like a mentor for Koena. He was the head of the robotics department when she started and witnessed her climb all the way up through level 10. And so I think it's kind of eerily fitting that the episode after Koena reaches level 10, the top of her career, Paul passes away. So it seems a lot to me like he was training up his eventual successor to replace him as head of the department. However, it's still pretty sad, especially considering that he was also the father of our best friend's Lena's child. So it's all getting kind of twisted around and convoluted. Oh, whether it be a divorce, loss of a job, or losing a loved one, grief is a normal, albeit tough part of life that every sim has to navigate. Percy has been feeling more fired up during this difficult time with the anger grief type. Percy might have some pretty epic angry outbursts, feel angry emotions more frequently, and unfortunately he might lash out at others. Expect a lot more mean interactions and simmering tempers from him. Oh my goodness, Percy, the sweetest and most gentle being in the whole world, is now going through the anger grief type. It says it's still not fair from grieving. Who can Percy yell at to fix his existential problems? Okay, Percy, please don't spiral out of control on your loving family during a very wholesome camping trip we're trying to give our daughter. All right, Ruby, you seem to be on your own for a little bit. You had a lot of social interaction today. Why don't you work on your violin skill? Because if I'm not mistaken, it boosts your creativity skill, which it does, and that now is where you need the most help. Oh my gosh, Koena finally caught a new fish type. She just caught a trout over here. Finally, girl. I know I said I didn't care about the outcome of your fishing expeditions, but I am serious about finishing that collection. So anything helps. She now has caught 14 out of 22, meaning that we only need another 8. That's fantastic. Reed is crying up a storm on her back. What's wrong? You're kind of hungry, but not even that bad. You just want to fuss. You're literally on your mom's back. What do you mean, is anyone there, bro? Okay, Koena thankfully has come to a pause in her fishing, so I'm gonna go ahead and have her sort his appetite out. Oh, how cute! Percy and Moss seem to be out for a little walk, though they're not going anywhere. Do you guys need some help? Maybe let's just go for a short walk. Oh my gosh, Ruby! She just completed her childhood aspiration. Ruby has just achieved her childhood dream of becoming very popular. Trait earned, socially gifted. She builds social skills faster. Okay, Ruby, she's officially a social butterfly with a great reputation. Let's go, Ruby. It says everyone loves attending social events that Ruby hosts, so it'll be easier to achieve gold level rewards during one. In addition, she'll receive phone calls with exciting opportunities such as charity benefit parties, job offers, and promotions. Should Ruby be interested in dating, a great reputation can help with that as well. Romantic introductions now have a chance of starting a relationship off with heightened romance. Okay, this is so great. Ruby being a super charismatic sim with a good reputation is definitely gonna help her out in her law career going forward. My girl Ruby is completing aspirations, leveling up skills like crazy, building an insane amount of really strong childhood friendships, and unlike this absolutely god-awful violin music, you're absolutely thriving, Ruby. Ruby seems to like hip-hop music, and Koena seems to have developed a grief type by holding it together, engaging in social interactions and activities with confident emotions. Okie dokie, not too sure what that means. It's almost Ruby's birthday. That will also be something we're getting to in this episode, so definitely a big one indeed. For dinner on night number 2, the chaperones have whipped up some pizza for the kids. Okay, oh my god, and we're getting another call about someone being dead. What happened now? Crispin Black! Okay, that's Autumn's husband. The elders are starting to drop like flies in the saves, you guys. Oh no. Wow, and now we're all the sads. Losing a good friend, we're grieving. I kind of wanted this to be a happy time, Sims, with good vibes and energies, and everyone's just dying. This is the last night the kids have at camp together, so I'm having them watch Tarzan on the projector screen while sitting around the fire. I just love this family so much. They are so freaking adorable with each other. I can't stand it, actually. So there are a bunch of rogue aging up sounds because everybody else, including Herbert, is starting to become teenagers. They all seem to be a little tiny bit ahead of Ruby, who becomes a teenager in 2 days. Now that most of the kids are turning into teens, I think it'll be a pretty good idea to call it a wrap on the camping trip sometime tomorrow. Yeah, look at this. Teen, Teen. Everybody's a teenager now. We must be the youngest one in the grade. We'll go ahead and get tucked off to sleep for the rest of tonight. You've got to be joking. The day after Paul Bremer dies, we get a marriage notification that Lena married some dude named Esau Ruiz. MCC is literally the messiest mod I know of just because of its unintentional timing of making things happen like that. That is hilarious. Lena, I gotta say, it's giving secure the bag for your child's future and then marry for love afterwards. I am not mad at it, not one single bit. For now though, I have the whole family off to bed now, so I'll go ahead and check in with you guys in the morning. Okay, next morning when everyone wakes up, it is pouring cats and dogs. I was gonna take my time in leaving this morning, but based on this weather, I really feel like there's no reason to stick around anymore, so I'm gonna help my Sims go ahead and pack up to get going. And we seem to have just gotten a notification for Miss Koena saying early midlife crisis. Life seems to be passing Koena by these days. It's the same thing day in and day out with nothing really to show for it. It might be time for a change. Wow, Koena, I know you're telling me you hate your life when I've been working so hard on trying to make it a good one for you. Oh my goodness. Family preferences evolving. Koena wants children, but some interactions and moments today made the prospect seem suddenly less exciting. Not dreadful, no, just less perfect. Should Koena continue on this line of thought? She wants to change from would be happy to have children to neutral about having children. So something about this camping trip, maybe that was Reed being a little bit more needy than usual, or maybe it has to do more with the fact that her oldest baby just went on this trip to where all of her friends are blossoming into adolescent teens. So I guess that made Koena come to the realization that she doesn't necessarily need little babies anymore. Alrighty guys, it's Monday, 10 a.m. I was still hoping that I'd be able to send Percy to work today, so I'm gonna go ahead and send the family home and away from this pretty overstimulating environment in this lot right now. Yes, go ahead and let me go home. Oh, we got a pop-up saying getaway complete. Congratulations, the getaway has come to an end. Great job. You've completed many of the main activities in this getaway schedule and received the following reward traits. Ruby received the growth handle trait. What? Oh my gosh, I have to see what that is when we get back. That sounds so cool. I didn't expect her to get an entire trait off of doing a getaway. That's amazing. All right, we are finally home. The weather in Evergreen Harbor, surprisingly, is much better, so we don't have to worry about getting struck by lightning right now. I could have Percy go to work today, but at this point he'd get paid anyway, and I could use his help around the house, so let's do that instead. Let me have him work on getting things situated. Oh my, and over here in Percy's garden, we seem to have a mature money tree. It doesn't have anything on it yet, but it does seem like very, very soon we'll get some money there. All right, now that we're back home and establishing some normalcy, since tomorrow in game is Ruby's birthday, we need to move. Like, there's no questions about it. Because I kind of have this image in my head of Ruby potentially being a bit of a spoiled sim, I definitely need to start planting those seeds now. And for the lore, I just need Ruby to have her own room. I feel like by the time she's a teen, she needs her own room, her own nice things in order to really set her in her bratty ways. And I mean, come on, Koena, you've been working your entire life to give your family a better and more luxurious one than you had. So it's about time. I've been trying to be patient and let Koena finance her life the old-fashioned way, but I have mods in my game, so there's no reason to let money slow my progress in her story. For this work call, I'm gonna have Koena take PTO. Now that she's level 10 in her career, we probably will use all the PTO she has available just so that we can keep getting money while we probably do stuff like fish all day, honestly. You've already had the devoted mother arc, you've already had the successful career woman arc, so now it's time for you to get on your OP fisherman arc, Koena. You do not have these muscles for no reason. I want to see heavy hauls and heavy hauls only on this line, okay? Okay, a pufferfish. Is that the first pufferfish you've caught, or you've caught pufferfish before? Because I don't remember you catching pufferfish. Her fish count didn't go up, so she must have caught a pufferfish before. Oh my goodness. That reminds me to mount the new trout that she got, and then I can literally just sell every other type of fish she has. Okay, Ruby, and your childhood skills are actually almost perfect. You only need to work on your mental skill, which yoga seemed to be taking care of pretty nicely. So because of that, I'm gonna have you and mom role play practicing yoga together again, because I think that's so cute. Oh, it's actually like they're practicing together. How cute. Okay, while the girls are out here building their core muscles, Reed's inside with dad building his neck muscles. He just unlocked the lift head milestone. Good for you, baby Reed. Koena has since stopped doing yoga to go fishing, but Ruby is continuing on her own over here. Funny enough, Koena seems to be having better luck right here in the pond in her front yard than any other fishing spot I've taken her to. She's catching a lot of things here. It is honestly the cutest thing I've ever seen whenever Moss sits near the kids or Koena, like he's guarding them or watching them. Like, it literally tugs on my heartstrings so much, and I know this is just a sim pet, and a sim pet who's an elder and gonna die sometime soon at that, but he's just the best sim pet I've ever had. I love Moss so much. There we go, Ruby making progress, reaching level 9. Now she's almost maxed that one out as well. Go off, Ruby, you're gonna do it. You're gonna be like a super teen. I made myself really sad talking about Moss, so I'm having her spend some extra time loving on him to make up for it. Oh my gosh, Ruby is still practicing yoga. Girl, you can stop. You were doing that all day, honey. I didn't realize that she would just keep going indefinitely. I thought she would stop eventually. Yoga gave her a cute, playful moodlet saying, I'm in space from doing yoga. Sometimes Ruby's imagination takes control during yoga. She's far in outer space surrounded by mysterious celestial bodies. I could definitely see Ruby using yoga as a bit of an escape from the stressors of real life. And Koena has a full-blown midlife crisis alert. Koena has hit the breaking point in life. The daily grind of life has burnt her out, and now she has an intense desire to become a modern-day creative deity. On the plus side, any item Koena creates will be one level higher in quality during this period. Check the aspiration panel for Koena's midlife crisis desires and complete them to decrease the duration of the midlife crisis. Oh my goodness, you've decided you want to sing? I guess that's nice, but it really doesn't have anything to do with the challenge, unfortunately for you, girl. What you need to be doing is taking care of your baby instead of having a midlife crisis. But let me go ahead and see what's up with that anyway. Okay, you have a desire to smoke cannabis. That's obviously modded, but that's so funny. Not only that, she wants to also drink ayahuasca. Okay, so her midlife crisis is to do modded drugs. That girl is absolutely insane. I don't know about all that, my love. We kind of have enough to focus on already, which I get is probably the reason that you started having a midlife crisis anyways, but that doesn't change the plan, not in the slightest. Percy, I know you're sleeping, but Koena also needs to sleep, and you didn't do the scoochie thing and just slept on the left side like a crazy person. Alrighty, we're getting an early start on Tuesday morning. Today's the big day. We're moving out. Ruby's becoming a teen. We're making everything happen today. And speaking of making things happen, we just sold the money fruit that finally blossomed for an additional 8,000 simoleons. That is definitely going to add a good amount to our house fund. Ruby's just off to band camp for the day. Koena is sat at the PC programming, making another mobile app. You know, I'm just gonna see how far she can get and if I can get any additional money before it gets too late, because as you can see, I've already started packing up the house in a lot of areas. Honestly, I've planned to demolish most of what you see here strictly because I need the money. Things like skill items and the plants, I definitely will keep safe and take with me. But besides that, everything else will probably have to be rebought when there's money. Ooh, we got 831 simoleons for our royalty report. Percy is off to work for the day. Go ahead and work hard, Percy. Promotions in sight. No, actually though, because he's already had his 10 breakthroughs. Now all he needs to do is get his performance into the green, and then that is more money in the bank for us. Okay, what's wrong over here? All right, Reed is starting to get really hungry, Koena. So we're gonna have to pause your work over there to come feed him really quickly. Oh, great. And your computer decided to break as soon as you stopped working on stuff. Wow. As soon as she's done fixing her computer here, I'm gonna go ahead and call it and say that we tried our best. We accumulated as much as we could in our house funds. We're still gonna be pretty short to afford her dream house. So I'm just deciding to make up the difference by having Koena get a loan through SimCity Loans. The house I want Koena to buy is about 90 grand. We have about 30. The house is about 50. So really we'll only be about 10 grand short, but I'm gonna apply for a $50,000 loan with the most amount of payments because, I mean, Koena gets paid so much every day that we definitely won't have any trouble paying it back. And I just want to make sure that we can move in and have all our necessities right off the bat. So her loan is approved. She must repay this loan plus 5% interest before taking out another loan. That's fine. This is going to be the one and only time that I do it. For mortgage purposes, the loan packet is right here. As you can see in her inventory, I've packed a bunch of other stuff that she had around the house that we're gonna be taking with us. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this move rolling while there are less Sims in the house, so I have less people's needs to worry about. And Koena, I'll go ahead and have you move the household. I guess I'm not doing a big emotional transition of neighborhood like I did last time, but as you can see, we cleaned up Port Promise. It was industrial, dirty, full of smog, and now we've made it so close to green. It didn't quite get the green eco footprint, but we did everything we could and tried our best. So that leaves the final neighborhood in Evergreen Harbor needing our attention to be Conifer Station, and the Berry family will be moving to this eco mansion in this neighborhood. And I think now if we sell our furniture, we can still buy it furnished. We can, great. I was really close to it if we have 41 grand left over and I borrowed 50. And you guys saw with the notification, all that has to get paid back with interest anyway. So I feel fine about doing it. Alright, and here we are on the lot. Ruby is here with us as well. It says Ruby is back from camp. The summer just flew right by. It had its highs and lows, but overall she enjoyed the experience. At least there's 3 whole seasons until she goes back. Okay, so maybe mansion wasn't an exaggeration because this house is actually huge. It takes up pretty much the entirety of this lot is this big old house. And I was not at all kidding that this house is absolutely and completely empty. There's nothing in it. As you saw, I could barely afford it like this, so I definitely didn't want to start just putting a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff in here. However, with that being said, now that I have a little bit extra cushion room for money, before the next part, I definitely think I could have a go at furnishing the house a bit more. At least with like all the necessities that everyone's going to need to live here and function, because shout out the one bed in the entire place. I just got a notification to celebrate Ruby's birthday by throwing a rockin' birthday party. And while I don't think we have the bandwidth for a whole party right now, I did have Koena go ahead and make her a little cake and put candles on it so that whenever Percy gets home later, we can go ahead and age Ruby up into a teen. Nice, Percy just got home and is missing a torso. Hello, what's going on here, bro? Hold on. Let me see if I can fix him. There we go, that's much better. Had no idea what was happening with him. But now that the fam's all here and we're all set to go in our Dream Forever house, baby Ruby here can age up into not a baby anymore, but into a full-on adolescent teenager. Oh, actually not a full-on teenager because I have the preteen mod in my game. It says, welcome Ruby Berry to being a preteen. For the next couple of years, you're going to be experiencing some changes. Don't worry, Ruby, it's completely natural. You'll do just fine. So that mod adds a teeny in-between stage between child and teenager. But before we get to that, we have some pretty major choices to lock in here, including her lifetime aspiration, which according to the rules of the Rose generation, that's actually going to be the soulmate aspiration. And now the trait we give her here is also going to be dictated by what she needs to have per the requirements. All right, so Ruby still needs to get the romantic and snob traits. I think for now, I'm going to give her romantic. It kind of goes side by side with the fact that she just picked the soulmate aspiration. And as you know, Ruby is an avid reader. I feel like she probably reads all about romance in her books and has developed like a soft lover girl type personality when it comes to love. Oh my gosh, look at my preteen Ruby. She's so cute. Even just like this is how you come stock. She's gonna be so gorgeous. I knew she was gonna be so cute. Look at her parents. Oh my god, speaking of parents, Ruby, you're almost as tall as your mom. She's literally like the epitome of 13 and she's like huge. Oh my gosh, it is so freaking surreal to see our generation 2 heir as basically a freaking mini adult already. Oh my gosh, and before you know it, it's gonna be time to leave Koena and all this meant behind and start a new chapter with Ruby as the heir. But for now, that's gonna be all we have time for in this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave me your thoughts, comments, and suggestions down below. I love reading through them. And with that, I'll see you in the next episode next week. Bye, friends!